down in the trunk.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Tony 2.0, and today, guys, I gotta get a little bit of a grievance off my chest. For those of you guys that have followed this channel for a long time, you guys know that I'm just not posting that often recently. And the main reason for that is Comcast. They are just completely screwing over any motivation that I ever have. Let's start with the problem. So, this has been going on for about a year now. What happens is, randomly, without warning, without any kind of pattern or anything, my modem will cycle power and it will drop internet service. Imagine how annoying that is if you're trying to do a podcast, if you're trying to upload something, play a game online. It's basically impossible because you can't tell. There's nothing that tells. All of a sudden it just drops out. Again, this has been going on for about a year, and over that course of the year, I've made about 30 phone calls to Comcast. There's been 5 technicians come out here, and I've spent a lot of personal expense just trying to get the issue fixed. Not only with days off, but replacing things like I've replaced all of the coax cable, all of the Ethernet cables, all of the power adapters. I've replaced my wireless router twice. I've replaced the modem 4 times. I've replaced all of the copper and brass fittings that are actually in the wall and those little plugs that you plug things into. Everything that I can think of from my end so that they can stop saying, it's my problem, something on my end is the issue. To this day, I'm still having a problem, which is why I am making this video. As we speak, the modem is cycling power right now, so I hope I'm not trying to fucking upload it. I'm going to give you guys a few of the complaints that I have, and then I'm going to try to give Comcast a little bit of a break and try to help them. Hopefully, maybe someone will see it. About a month ago, this problem got increasingly worse, and it's basically, you can't do anything. It's unlivable if you're someone who relies on the internet as much as I do. The main issue is, I have an AT&T phone. AT&T does not provide very good service into my apartment, so to counterbalance that, they provided me with a microcell. A microcell is just a little like in-home antenna that boosts the signal to your phone. The only requirement is you have internet service. So, when the internet drops and the cycles power, the microcell cycles power. That causes me to drop all of my phone calls if I'm on them. Any kind of live streaming would be completely impossible. That's why I haven't been doing the podcast recently. But the big thing is, my wife is on call, so we have to have our phones. That's the huge issue. This customer service experience has been the worst thing I have ever had to deal with in my life that I can remember. It is a constant problem where there is no solutions, no compassion, and really, I am just no one that takes the extra effort. It's nothing but a cookie cutter solution from a company that is well known for how terrible their customer service is. Last year in 2012, Comcast ranked number 2, right behind Bank of America, in worst customer service. They're up there with the big boys, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. You know all the bad ones. I think Sprint's in there. Usually EA's up in that one too. There's a reason for that, Comcast. Your protocols and the way that you guys handle business is not very good. This customer, myself, is kind of the non-norm. I'm the above average. For the average home that probably spends between $30 and $50 a month on internet service, they don't know anything about it. They don't know how to set up a home network, how to set up their wireless router. You guys have to do it all for them. For me, it's pretty easy. Provide me with the incoming signal, I'll take care of the rest. If you have ever called Comcast, and I will tell you this, they have improved as far as overall wait time. I never had to wait, even on all 30 phone calls, never had to wait more than just a couple minutes to actually speak to a human being. That has improved greatly over the last couple years. That's about all I can say that is really good. I will also say this, though. If you tag at Comcast on Twitter when you're talking about your problem, you get a response almost instantly. It's crazy. I wish that they could do more over Twitter because I think that'd be cool, right? Anyways, moving on. So, 30 phone calls to Comcast. Each time that you call in, you have to explain to the person over the phone what the problem is. Well, when your problem is more than just, oh, my internet shut off, that gets a little bit tedious. I'll tell you, I know for a fact that Comcast has a computer system that they use to log all of their calls. So here's your first tip, Comcast. Use that system more efficiently. Give your employees the power to look back, find out what has happened, and use that information to their benefit. The big problem with all of the calls that I made is, for the most part, the people were very friendly, but almost to a point where it was condescending. They apologized 30 or 40 times on a phone call. That's a little bit out of control. How about just fix the problem? That's really all that I want from you. So, through this whole process, I've explained to them each time, I think it's a problem with the line in the wall. I think the line coming in is crimped somewhere, pinched somewhere, and when the summer comes, the expansion of the wood in the building and everything kind of expanding is causing a short, and that's getting worse and worse as time goes on. So, I was contacted by a corporate office care supervisor thingy after I wrote them like a 2,000 word message about how just bothered I was by this whole situation. She sent out a senior technician to my home. As a little excerpt here, let me just say the technician before this one, our fourth technician, told my wife that if this doesn't fix it, you should just find a different service because we can't do anything about it. Good job. Second tip, Comcast, fire that guy. Moving on. So, this senior technician comes out to the house, looks around, tells my wife, oh, it must be something with the incoming line. Of course, he's lucky I wasn't here because I would have freaked out and choked him, I think. Because, no shit. So, he gets back in hold with these people and they schedule for them to come out to run new line into my home. I'm like, thank God they're finally going to fix the problem after all these issues, right? That was last Thursday. Thursday comes around and the most unprofessional pair of installers were at my house. Tip number 3, Comcast. If you send over technicians to a home that is not their own, they should definitely wear foot covers so you don't track shit into the home. They should be courteous and professional and talk to people with respect. These two chose not to. Then they said, well, we can't run new wire because you live in an apartment complex, so you have to have HOA approval. That would have been nice to know before we scheduled this appointment, right? I mean, at least to me it would have been. So they go out and try to fix it, and I'm making the biggest air quotations ever. They go out to the box and they see that my apartment is on a splitter, so they remove the splitter and plug me into a new port. Great. What that did is actually got me better service than I had. But the problem is still persisting. I'm still dropping signal randomly without any kind of warning. It's fucking annoying. Oh my God. Guys, I want to know what your worst customer service experience has ever been, because for me, this has been more of a headache than it's worth. And I'll tell you what, I'm a pretty good customer. I pay my bill on time. I'm never late. I never ask for an extension. I don't call and bitch about things unless it's a real problem. I fix it myself. I'm the perfect customer. Except when I have to call you, because in general, I probably know more than your technicians do. I would never recommend Comcast to anyone. Doesn't matter if they fixed the service, lived in an area where it was better. Never would I recommend Comcast to anybody. And I recommend that if you're actually thinking about using them, look around for someone else because you never want to have to deal with their customer service. The amount of shit that you have to go through, it's ridiculous. And when you call in, seriously, just hope you never have to do it. The percentage of people that I know that have had problems with Comcast far exceeds the amount of people I know that haven't had problems with Comcast. So that's where we're at. This experience has led me to know one thing. As soon as there's comparable internet within my area, I will be switching. It doesn't matter what the company is. I hope it doesn't have to be CenturyLink unless they can get me a better service. My problem is I'd switch right now, but they only offer this. They only offer two up. Currently, right now, I get 40 down and about 15 up. I pay for 15, I get about 12, 11, 12, something like that. For someone like me who is in the customer service patient care industry, I wouldn't have any patience left if I treated them the way that Comcast has treated me. Polite to the point of condescending. The technicians speak to you like you were just born. Although you may know how to install that, I'm not an idiot, and you can talk to me like a human being. And that's one of the things that separates good customer service and bad customer service, is the way that your employees treat the customer. Guys, thank you for checking this out. Click the like button for me if you like it. And again, leave that stuff down in the comment section. Let me know what your worst experience ever has been. Follow me on Twitter. All the links are down below that you need. We'll talk soon. Peace.